Well, hello there, my gorgeous design lovelies on Facebook, and hello there, my gorgeous design divas on Insta. It's so good to be here with you. I love our Tuesday afternoons, 3 p.m. Eastern, when we just put a pin in it here at our design studio. I'm Donna Hoffman. They call me the Interior Design Advocate, and I'm also honored to have been called one of the country's leading interior design coaches because I empower design lovers like you to put an end to the ugly room, to put an end to the disappointing result, and to turn your results around so that you're getting gorgeous things to happen at your home, regardless of your budget, regardless of your design style. Everything I teach goes across all of those design styles, all of those budgets, because what I teach is strategy. I am not teaching disparate one-off weird ideas or just disconnected ideas. I am not a lifestyle blogger or a lifestyle Instagrammer. I am a trained, practiced, and award-winning interior designer, and so I know how to teach design in a way that designers love hearing it and non-designers love hearing about it as well. So we have these amazing online courses, and I encourage you, of course, ever so wonderfully to go to our page, theinteriordesignadvocate.com. Check out our online courses there. So enough about me. Let's talk about you. I love hearing what's on your design brain. So we like to put a pin in it here in our design company every Tuesday, 4 p.m. I come out here, I teach a lesson, and then I hear from you questions related to that lesson. And as long as I don't have to see a picture to be able to answer you well, then I will absolutely take your question. I'll be looking at questions live on Facebook, and Katie will be looking at questions live on Insta. And again, if your question doesn't get handled by me or pass forward from Insta for Katie, it just means that it's either so off topic that we're not taking it, or I need a picture to be able to see it. Okay, so I get this question all the time. Donna, where do I start my design project? So let's clarify our terms on where do I start my design project. Are you doing a total redo of a room from scratch? Are you doing a room where you're reusing maybe 20% of what you already own and everything else is going to be new? Or are you doing a renovation? Are you doing a design build? Are you doing a facelift? Well, if you're doing any one of those things, where you're starting is mission critical. And believe it or not, even though those projects are all so different, kitchen, bath, reno, design, facelift, doesn't matter. What matters is the strategy of path, the strategy of process. But before I get there, I want to make one really clear distinction that should take a little bit of the steam out of the pressure-filled pot for you. In design, there is a big difference between concept and decision, okay? Concept is, I am going to be throwing a dinner party. I know I want to serve seafood of some type. I know I want to have some gluten-free choices, and I know I need something really chocolatey for dessert because my name's Donna Hoffman. Okay, so that's a concept. I didn't talk about who I'm inviting. I didn't talk about what the plates look like, what dishes I'm going to use on my table, what my centerpiece is. I didn't make any decisions about what specifically I'm going to be cooking or ordering in. It's a concept, and that is where you should be starting all design projects, with a broad brush concept. And that concept, yes, it may change and morph as you go deeper into your project, but at least that gives you a creative direction, general as it may be. That's not the full answer to where you start your project. Design is broken into two worlds, if you will. There's creative development, and that is where you're doing the design itself. And then there's all of the project logistics and management. Yeah, you need both. With one without the other, nothing happens. So all of you design divas, you are so gorgeous and creative and brilliant and creative, and you love design because you're creative, or you just love design. So you want to start with the dessert first part, right? You want to jump into the creative. You start a project and you start looking at sofas. You're picking out sofas, or you start a project and you're ready to start buying, window treatment fabric. Wait. You cannot jump into the creative development on a project first. That's not where we start. And I got to tell you, we are a busy luxury interior design company. we are well paid for what we do. I always say that we are the best invested dollar, best investment on every, the best value on every invested dollar, because I believe what we provide is so great. But we're not a low-cost design company. I never set out to be that. You could not pay me any amount of money on any project to just jump into the creative. That's not where you start, lovelies. It's the fun part. I know it's where you want to start, but that's not where you start. So concept development, that is creative, and that's, you know, like a thinking process. But where you really start, you have to start with logistics. You need to start with the map of when am I starting my project? When do I need this to be completed by? What is my budget? Without the blessing of the budget, nothing can happen. I just came from a kitchen design meeting with a terrific client. And every time we were looking at things with the builder, I kept saying, okay, this is a possibility, but where does that put us on the budget? No good? Don't look at it. Okay, this is a possibility. How does this help us on the budget? Oh, this is below budget? Great. This looks great. Let's see what we can do. Or, gee, this is above budget? Okay, where can we make up some ground elsewhere? Because, my clients really love this particular selection. So you do not go into a creative meeting ever with yourself, with another party, until you have a concept in your brain of what you want to do, but also you've got to have that budget created. And the budget really is not just a general thought. It's a written thing, and it should actually be line item by line item if you are doing furniture purchasing. But even that is not exactly where you start, but it's part of the logistics. For me, what I have found brilliant to do in any design project is to start at the beginning. Concept is the general thought, and then we go into logistics. And logistics are, what's your design fingerprint? What is our space plan? And only from those two things can we then put together a budget. Why? Well, your design fingerprint is how you uniquely relate to things like line, form, shape, color, texture, pattern. I teach this in great detail. It's an amazing process, and I teach it inside the Decorating Genius online course. I am not going to teach it now. It's too long to teach. But just so you know, it's kind of your DNA in design. And knowing a design fingerprint, I was just talking to Katie. We came back from a meeting where this builder had pulled out some tile options for our client, and I looked at 9 out of 12 of them, and I said, no, 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 no. Not that they weren't beautiful, but I knew that they were wrong for this client because of his and her design fingerprint. And true enough, I was right. And the 2 on the table that I knew would be perfect for them were the ones that my client ultimately said, yeah, those could be really nice for us. So the design fingerprint is like having a roadmap to who you are in design. Highly recommend you learn about that if you don't already have that down. So you go from a general sense, concept development. In the case of a kitchen, I know generally what color cabinets I want, and I know I'm going to want a deep floor. Again, concept, it's general to guide your thinking. Then you do your design fingerprint, and then you've got to do your budget. But you can't do a budget if you don't have a space plan, because the space plan, which is where does all the furniture go and what is it all going to cost, and in the case of a kitchen, what's the cabinetry going to cost, what's the hardware going to cost. It's only once you have line item values assigned to a budget, then and only then can you start your creative. Why? I'm working with a fantastic couple right now. They actually found me doing these Facebook Lives, which was kind of a shock to me. I never expected that. And we're doing a family room from them. And they are just such a dear couple, a sweet as sugar, lovely, just a lot of fun to design for. And based upon their budget, which I created, based upon their design fingerprint and based upon their space plan that they selected, I know what resources I will and will not look in. I know what manufacturers I will pretend they're not even there. La, 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 la. Don't even know about those manufacturers because they will put us over budget. I know what manufacturers and showrooms or resources I will look to. Fabric houses that will be perfect for that budget. Just like for you, if you're a non-practicing designer, AKA a normal, regular person, you'll know what online retailers or stores to go to and what to avoid given the line item budget that you created for yourself. Now, I realize that I have a bigger vocabulary in terms of what things will cost because I do this 24/7. So yeah, you're going to do a little research and you're going to say, okay, so I'm redoing my kitchen in this fictitious kitchen project. And we're going to have new kitchen table and chairs and some island stools. all right, I need to at least do some research. What are the things I like tend to cost? So you can put those realistically into a realistic budget so you know what your total spend is going to be. And it is fair when it's a reno or a new build to say to your builder or to your designer, hey, I don't really know what this is going to cost, but my budget range is between $2 million and $3 million. That's some kitchen, right? I'm just making this up, of course. But you have to have some sort of number to throw at people to guide them. Because if you ever make the mistake of saying to a builder, a kitchen group, a designer, hey, I have no budget, watch out, they're just going to design. So you want to give them at least a range from here to here. This is what I'm comfortable spending. This way they can come back to you and say, hey, that's a lot of money. It will never give you, we can't add a room onto your home for that, or no, we can't do a kitchen for that. Or sometimes we say to clients who want to hire us, hey, our family rooms don't start at that. We can't do a family room for you at that with that budget. It's a nice budget, but it's not what we do. So you need to let people who you're working with, if you are bringing in subs or builders, designers, you need to let them know what is your budget range. And now you're a savvier design diva since you joined me in this live, because you now know I'm going to get my design fingerprint together. So I know what I'm going to be looking for and what I'm going to be communicating to salespeople or to designers or to builders about me. I'm already going to have a sense of what my budget is and where things should cost, or I can at least ask really intelligent questions. Has anybody noticed that I haven't picked out a sofa yet? That's the first place you guys want to go. Don, I'm shopping for sofas, and I see you haven't done any of this prep work. And how do I know? Because I see what kind of questions I'm getting from you, so I know you started your project in the wrong place. You're not ready to do your creative until you've done this foundation work. Then when you are ready to go into your creative, hey, what is my sofa going to look like? And hey, what kind of fabric is going to be on those window treatments? The creative development, remember, there's the logistic side, project management, right? Project control, and then there's the creative. The creative side alone is a deep dive in terms of what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and why you're doing it. And I think the why is as important as the how and the when, because that's what makes you very strategic and makes you use time really, really well, and resources, your dollars, really, really well. And again, those are things I teach in much greater detail inside of the Decorating Genius course. But if you want a great online workshop where I talk a little bit about some of the path you want to look at, as well as the Decorating Genius course, we posted a link so you can get into a free workshop that I'm offering to learn more about design in total, but also about that online course. So what else do I want to let you know? What I want you to know as the final takeaway on all of this is that a lot of you are jumping into creative development, into your second, third, fourth, or fifth creative development step. And a lot of you are jumping into creative development without having done all of your prelim. And the prelim is going to speed your creative development and make it make sense. And it's going to keep you on track. Within creative development, yes, you do need to know how to manipulate color and line. You need to know, do I want to start with my flooring here? Do I want to start with this, a particular fabric? What's the easiest place for me to start? I think in general on the creative side, if you're doing area rugs, I do think area rugs for non-designers are the easiest place for you to start, and then you build your room up from there, okay? Have I oversimplified this topic? Yeah, I have, because this is a live and we don't have tons and tons of time, and I want to get to your questions. So if you have questions about your project, where to start it, maybe if you're stuck on something right now, I'm happy to take your questions. Feel free to type them in on Facebook. Feel free to type them in on Insta. And I want to let you know what we're talking about next week while you're typing in the question. We had two titles. I'm going to go public with the safer title. The safer title is Decorating and the Dreaded Recliner. Decorating and the Dreaded Recliner. The title I really like is My Husband Wants a Damned Recliner, Now What? I think that's the one we should do, right? My husband wants a damned recliner, and now what? So we're going to talk about designing when the recliner is either on your wish list or on his wish list. And the good news is life has gotten better where recliners are concerned. I'm about to start taking questions, but I want to let you know that if you've missed any part of this live, it will stay on Insta for about 24 hours, and it'll run through the feed on Facebook. But if you've missed it, you can always find us on YouTube for the Interior Design Advocate, and you can not only scroll through and see all of our Facebook Lives, but also the other great video content we put out. We've got some good stuff planned for you. And P.S., if you're not already following us, you guys, on Instagram, there it is, @decorating.genius. That's @decorating.genius. So I'll keep my specs on because I want to see who's here and who's saying what. Okay, I'm getting hellos. Hello, Cheryl. Hello from Anne. Hello from Bernadette. Oh, Bernadette, what a beautiful name you have. So musical. Bernadette Di Lorenzo Baraducci. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm getting more hellos from Angie. Hello, Angie and Denise. That saying that you just finished the Decorating Genius online course and loved it. Denise, I'm so glad. Can't wait to meet you more in the private Facebook group and see what you're working on. Mary's here. She's still loving it all. I'm so glad, Mary. Cheryl is saying that I'm grooving with my blue jean jacket and freestyle curls. Yeah, it's just me. What can I tell you? Thank you there, Cheryl. Donna is saying hello. Linda is saying hello. Jamie is saying hi, Donna and TIDA team. I've missed the last few lives, so happy to be here. Jamie, we're glad to have you back. Okay, Angie is saying, is it crazy to keep rotating the large painting used as a mantle focal point? I change all the time. Then I have to store them. I don't think that's crazy at all. I know we're not exactly talking about project starts, but I'll just take your questions here. I don't think it's crazy. I think you can change things around. Just please be careful as you're storing these paintings that you're not, having a problem chipping them and with paint flaking off acrylic or oil. But I don't rotate my artwork. I give a lot of thought to what goes where. In fact, I'm going to be working on an apartment in New York, and it's so small in New York City, and it's so tiny. Hello, welcome to New York City. That to me, the art placement and getting the right art in the right place right off the bat is so important. So I wonder if there's something happening for you that, Angie, that maybe there's something, that's not the ideal placement for your art piece. I have a great course called Design CPR, and it's really how to rock your accessories in your room, in your interiors. And art is definitely a big part of the discussion in there, all accessories, etc., putting it together, styling it out. And you might want to take a look at that, Angie. I don't know if you're in that course or not, but I'm wondering why you're rotating everything. It's just a lot of work. But hey, if you like it and you want to do it, you can, but I offer that to you as well. Jen McCann is saying space plan with 2 exclamation points. Jen McCann has come over to the dark side. I love it. Jamie is saying concept development first equals the same with my graphic design workflow. Yes, so Jamie's a graphic designer, and she does creative development first, and then she takes a deep dive. Otherwise, if you don't do what I'm talking about first, you guys, you are going to spin your wheels, waste time, run down some rabbit holes that you don't need to be in, and just waste time, energy, and money, honest to goodness. Amy's saying hi. Carol is saying hello. Hello, Amy and Carol. What? Oh, Katie needs a pen. What? Sorry. We're so smooth here, right? We're so high tech. Liz is saying, I'm looking for carpeting. Can you help me with some basic rules for choosing it? Oh, Liz, that's such a good question and such a big question. Budget. Hello, budget. Look, wools are great, Liz, because they are more naturally stain repellent. Do you know why? It's because of the lanolin in the wool fiber. That said, they're really more expensive than man-mades. So you got to be honest with yourself and what your budget is. And this is such a big question. It's such a good question, but I don't think I could answer you well in this live. What else to think about? So I told you about fiber. I don't know what else is changing in the room. I don't know how long you're staying in this residence. You may want to do something that's a little more neutral if you're going to be selling. But if you're not, you can do all kinds of cool things with wall-to-wall carpet. You can even have, borders cut into it and laid into it. Again, I don't know what your budget is. So did I help you? I hope I did. Send in a follow-up if you need more help there. Linda is totally psyched about the decorating with a recliner. I got 2 exclamation points on that one. Yay. All right, so Jennifer on Insta is saying, Donna, can you give suggestions for pulling off a modern black and white glam color scheme? I am having such a black and white moment right now. We just redid part of our design studio where we do all of our design boards, and it's like a black and white festival, and I painted all the doors. I need to clean my glasses. I painted all the doors as great. Well, I had them painted this, my favorite black paint, which is tricorn black, beautiful, balanced black with a lot of blue in it. High gloss. Oh, so good. So, all right, Jennifer, helping you for pulling off a modern black and white glam color scheme. How much time have you got, girl? All right, here we go. Here's what I want you to know, the downside of black and white color schemes. They can look cold if you're not careful. And the color, if you ever flip in a color for an accent, it's gonna really push forward very strongly. So be very mindful of what that is. So if you do a very soft color like black and white, and maybe one day you're gonna add like a little blush to it, that's gonna be soft and move forward. But if you add yellow, that's going to be very electric feeling in that space. Black and white can cause a harshness with other colors that it's pushing if you're totally black and white. And some people object to yellow as a punch color, and black and white they think is too bumblebee-like. But I think if it's done right in the right proportion, it's great. I'm getting all kinds of hearts and flowers on this, so somebody's digging this. So what I would say to you as well is I would look at your design fingerprint. If you haven't done that already, you have to take the Decorating Genius course. I know I'm sounding bossy now, but you need to know where you like your depth of color, and in the design fingerprint, learning about your design fingerprint inside that course will be a game changer, as it is for all of my students. I want you to think about ratio of color with the black and white. Where do you want that black color placed? How much of it do you want? And by all means, you're going to want to bring in all those glam, sparkly elements, glass and crystal, in your light fixtures, in your accessories. To stop it from being cold with black and white interiors, some sort of plant material is really good. It's a softer material in your accessory mix. So that's something that can help warm the space, stop it from feeling cold. And I'm not saying to turn into the plant lady where you have 500 plants everywhere, but maybe like a beautiful floor plant, like a fiddly fig, if you're brave. I'm having a love affair with 2 fiddly figs in my home. Good thing Steve is A, human, and B, very he knows I'm a nut. But I love these fiddly figs so much, I call them my plant boyfriends. But they're fuss buckets. I'm going to warn you right now. So something in the floor would be great, and maybe something small elsewhere on a counter or a tabletop. That's enough plants in a room. So for black and white, I think that can really help you as well. And just make sure that you don't go too overboard on the shine. So if you have some crystal and some high polish, silver metals in there, or golds, I would be careful that like every piece of art is not behind glass or mirrored furniture and then mirrored frames everywhere. It can get a little cold with black and white and glam, so really try to keep twisting and asking yourself, what new texture do I need to add? I hope that helped you. So I love that question. I want to come over when that space is done and see it. So there you go. Keep me posted. Alrighty. Linda is saying, such a great lesson today. I wish I had developed a design strategy at the very beginning of my new build. I know, Linda. We're talking to 2 families that really want us on their design build, and they're breaking ground at almost the exact same time. So I don't see how we can do both. But one really lovely man said, okay, just squish us in. I said, no. The whole point is there's a lot of prelim work and strategy that has to happen so that I'm doing wonderful work for you. And there's only so much bandwidth that our company has, because that prelim work, that groundwork that Linda's talking about right now, mission critical. But anyway, I digress. So Linda is saying that she's the beginning of a new design build. It would have made the decision-making process so much easier when the time came for selections. Amen and hallelujah. Say it again, Linda. I'm going to say it again for Linda. The design strategy at the beginning of a new build would have made the decision-making process easier when it came to selections. End of story. Linda, you're a genius. Okay. Linda's also one of my students now, so. Shelly is saying hello. Hi, Shelly. Cheryl is saying she has 2 recliners. It's been a lot of fun planning around that. Okay, in quotes, I guess, the fun, right? Jan is saying hi, Don. Jan, if you left the A off my name, that's fine. But if you're doing what my family does and calling me Don, thank you so much. I feel like you're one of my inner circle when people call me Don. Mona is saying hello. Hello from Florida, from Aumi. And Lisa, hello, Aumi. And Lisa is saying wall-to-wall carpeting. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's the question we got earlier. Okay, Bernadette is saying, I'm decorating a guest room. Should I wallpaper the whole room or just the wall behind the bed? I have a cream-colored upholstered headboard in your room right now. Okay, Bernadette, what's your budget? What's your design fingerprint? Do you like a lot of pattern running around the room, or is this going to be a textured wallpaper? Wallpaper is not inexpensive. We're working on a really cool gentleman's library right now. The price difference between wallpapering just behind his bookcase versus wallpapering the whole room is massive. And the bookcase, I should say, it covers a huge wall. So it depends really on what your budget is to be able to answer you well. But I'd also let you know that you can make a big splash with wallpaper on a single wall. And you can also make a big splash with wallpaper by doing some Millworks trim in panels and then just filling those in with your wallpaper. And something else you can do that's really cool. We're doing this in a condo in Philadelphia right now. Really fun, young professional, kind of a boho vibe. And she had wanted a temporary wallpaper, but here's the thing, temporary wallpaper is not inexpensive. And then, you got to hire somebody to put it up because she's not crafty. And then somebody's got to pull it down. I guess maybe she could do that. But by the time she did all that, it was almost the same for us to frame and just gallery wrap. Oh, no, not gallery wrapping. We're putting a thin frame around it. Like 3 giant panels of artwork. That's what we're doing with this fantastic wallpaper. And it's just going to be such an amazing splash in her dining room. I promise when it gets installed, we will take pictures. We will share that with you. But this is going to be great. And I forget how big we finally made those. Katie, did we go with the 72 high by 30 something wide? 30 wide, 30 wide. So there you go. Katie's telling me final 2 questions. So get them in there. And while I'm looking for final 2 questions, I want to remind you that next week we're talking about, the topic is, my husband wants a damn recliner. Now what? And or decorating with, a recliner. If you don't already know about us on YouTube, please get your gorgeous self over there. You can find us on YouTube at the Interior Design App, or just the Interior Design Advocate. And if you're not already following us on Insta, there it is, at decorating.genius. Kaboom. Last 2 questions. Lori is, Jan is saying, will you be doing an accessory small workshop? Jan, I'm actually working on a brand new accessory workshop. My design calendar is so full that I don't know when I'm going to be able to get that out to you. So if you want to take the plunge, and it's not a freebie workshop, go to my webpage, The Interior Design Advocate. Go to the blog page, and on the right-hand side, you will see some current coupons for 20% off, I think, on all of our popular courses, our 3 big courses. And one of them, Design CPR, is all about accessories, and it is absolutely, I think, one of the best things that we've ever created. You may want to do that because I don't know when this freebie workshop will be ready to go out. It may not go out for another, 2 or 3 months, only because I'm working at a snail's pace. So sorry, Jan, I'm just being honest with you there, but thank you for asking. Lori is saying, hi, my husband was insistent on a leather sectional with multiple recliners. Not my fave, but I let him have the family room and use accessories to make it something I can live with. Smart wife, happy husband, happy wife, something like that. Julie, this is a super long question. Okay, should I be nice? Should I read Julie's super long question? Give me some hearts if I should read the super long question. Not getting any hearts. All right, I'll just do it. Hello, time to replace my wall-to-wall carpeting and try to decide whether to replace it with carpeting again or perhaps go with some sort of faux wood look in the living room hallway, and keep carpeting in the bedrooms. I like that. That seems to be what I see in the new builds, but I have a friend who recently did this and now regrets it and wishes she'd kept her carpeting. I disagree with your friend. If the budget will allow you to do that, I say you should do it. I would definitely go wood, and I would go wood and add area rugs. If the budget allows, or wood look, it just gives you a lot more opportunity for design flourish and pattern play or texture. Just a lot more you can do. Bunny is saying, I can't wait for the next week's live. I have 2 damn recliners. Bunny, what's your language? No, I'm just teasing. We're cleaning it. We're all cleaning it up to the word damn. Trust me. I know how you girls feel about recliners. And for a long time, I felt the same way. But there's some good news coming, I think, in the manufacturer world. Can I recommend a nice beige paint color? Nope, I cannot. I do not like to recommend paint colors online. So sorry, my love. That's to Kim. But Kim, I'm saying no to you with a hug and a kiss. Kim, there's so many different undertones. I taught a great workshop at our conference where my attendees were mixing their own beige colors. They saw how hard it was to mix neutrals, and they saw how many colors went into them, and they started to see what undertone really, really, really is. We were working with real paint. So for me to tell you a quote, quote, nice beige, there are so many different beiges with different undertones that will look different in your home based upon everything else in your home. So I would do you a horrible disservice if I just said, paint 1, 2, 3, 4 is the perfect blah, blah. The only paint I will tell you is the perfect paint. If you want a black, Tricorn Black, Sherwin. It's the perfect black. And I do have a couple of trim colors I like, but I think we have that in some of the information we give out to you guys written somewhere. Celeste is saying, my boyfriend and I are having a little trouble starting our living room. I think we should wait to paint the walls until we get a new couch and rug, but he feels that the walls gets painted first. Tell your boyfriend, no. No, 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 no. The paint selection comes last. Don't do it first. Don't do it first. You have to have all of your selections made. Paint is paint is the last decision Katie and I make when we are putting together a design for a client. We've mapped out what we love. We have a concept. There's that word. We have a concept of the paint color. What kind of value will it have? Generally, what might it be? But we do not assign a paint color until the fabrics, the rugs, everything is in and decided. There you go. Promise him a great massage, and so see if that'll let him have your way, or other stuff. But this is G-rated, so we're just going to say a great massage. Cherry is saying, Donna, would you do some pictures of your home? I would love to see it. You will already have. There are already pictures on my website in my portfolio of my home. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then Judy is saying, I'm not sure how that will feel on my feet. I don't know what we're talking. I think that's a conversation happening. Hello from Jacksonville. I think this is it. Last question. Angela is saying, I have cream curtains and with blue strips, maybe stripes, cream comforter and cream shams. How can I incorporate more blue into the comforter set? Pillows. You can do pillows. You can do a throw. That seems like the easiest thing to do. And you'll have a good little balance there. Okay, lovelies, listen, I got to blow this popsicle stand. I've got an appointment to get to. I know you guys are busy too. Next week, decorating with a recliner, the dreaded recliner, AKA my husband wants a damn recliner. Now what? We are going to solve the recliner angst out there. Lovelies, I love spending this time with you. I love being able to answer your questions. I love being able to spend time hearing what's going on in your design life. And if your week has gotten off to kind of a mess start, I hope we put a little bit of a bounce in your step. You certainly have put one into mine. Okay, I'll see you next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern for All About Recliners, the damn recliner. Okay, see you then. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.